Hey everybody, it's Thorpe and I'm back here again in order to tell you what are the first items you should buy with your money in Hypixel Skyblock. Now, if you're following along with our guide at this point, you've unlocked the bazaar, you've done some flipping, you've made some money, and you should have about, I don't know, 500k to a million coins at least. So what are the first items that you should buy with this money? Well, if you're on an Iron Man profile, then, tough noogies. But otherwise, we're going to go over to the auction house, which is just across from the bazaar here. And the first item that we're going to buy is going to be both a weapon and a very, very convenient item called the Aspect of the End. Now, the Aspect of the End is actually a lot cheaper to make. So if you want to spend some time grinding Enderman, you can make it instead. But unfortunately, you need a pretty high Enderman collection in order to make it. So you can also try to buy it on the auction for cheap, cheap, or you can go to the buy it now and pay 240,000 coins, which honestly I would 100% recommend because it's worth the time. You saw how easy it was to make money from flipping stuff or from buying stuff on the bazaar, so that's what I would do. So now we have our sword. So the next thing we're going to need is an armor set. So we're going to again go over to the bazaar, and there are a number of different armor sets you can use. I would recommend to start the glassite armor set, mostly because it is usually super cheap. So we're going to go buy it now. You can see this one is literally 3k. We got super lucky there. They're not usually that cheap. In fact, yeah, someone else already got it. So 45,000 for that. Um, then let's see. The other pieces are going to be the chest plate. Again, 45k, that's fine. And the reason these are so cheap is because you get them as drops when you're farming for something called glassite jewels. So people will just sell them for those couple extra coins. So last piece is going to be the leggings. So there we go. Oh, just kidding. Someone already bought those. Okay, so now we have a full armor set, which we can go ahead and switch over to. And this is going to give us speed, which is kind of really nice early game. Some true defense and some defense, which should be enough to use with our aspect of the end in order to get to, well, the end. So if you are paying attention, you'll notice that this has a teleportation skill. Like that, you just hop right forward and you will get to teleport. Now, in order to upgrade this teleportation skill, you can pay a little money for something called for an item that will allow you to teleport a little bit farther called a transmission tuner. Now, these are worth about like 130k each, so they may not necessarily be what you want, but they will increase the range, how far you go with this aspect of the end. I wouldn't recommend getting it quite yet just because of the monetary cost. So, okay, so now you have a weapon, now you have armor. What else do you want to spend your money on? So the next items that I would buy is first off, I would purchase some XP bottles. So usually the best bang for your buck is going to be these grand XP bottles. So I would go ahead and buy like 20 of them. And you'll see why in a few minutes. So once you have your armor and a sword in order to be able to continue, I would recommend trying to buy a personal compactor. Now, unfortunately, this is rather expensive and you may not be able to afford it. So a personal compactor is going to allow you to automatically compact materials that are entering into your inventory. And the cheapest version is going to cost you about 600k. Now, I don't have enough money for that right now, so unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get one, but it does make your life a lot easier, and I would recommend getting one as soon as you can. Now, other than that, the other things I would buy is I would talk to the blacksmith. Oh, apparently, I have to mine more coal in this mine before he'll teach me how to reforge stuff. Reforge an item costs coins. Okay, so we're going to put our aspect of the end, and we're actually going to get a free reforge to start. Now, this odd reforge is going to increase our critical chance, our critical damage, and decrease our intelligence. Not the best. So we're going to go ahead and try again. So it's 1,000 coins to reforge. Fair is a decent one. Fast is my personal favorite because this will increase your attack speed and allow you to click much faster. So I like fast. There are a few other options that are probably better, but I personally like fast for the aspect of the end. So you're going to want to reforge this to fast. You're going to want to grab your glassite helmet and leggings and boots. And you're going to want to reforge these as well to give you a little bit of extra stat boost. So these are going to cost a little more. They're 2,500 points per try. Mythic is a great one. It gives you a little bit of everything, including strength, which is nice for when you're doing combat. Heavy, not so great, just defense. Titanic, health and defense. Pure is also good. Strength, crit chance, crit damage, attack speed. In fact, Pure would probably be the one I would go for. For all of these, there's a lot of options, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and reforge all of these to Pure. Go, and let's get this guy Pure. Okay. So now we have a full pure glassite armor set. We've got our aspect at the end reforged with fast, or whatever else you want, and we have some XP bottles. So what are we going to do with these? Well, as you may have guessed, we're going to go ahead and do some enchanting. So you're going to want to go ahead and enchant this guy. Now, unfortunately, you can't just enchant for free, so you have to pay XP bottles. Now, these grand XP bottles will get you about 30 levels each, which is very convenient, obviously. And you're going to want to go ahead and add all of these if you can. Now, unfortunately, you can't add all of them here, so you can only add sharpness at the librarian. So what we're going to do is we are going to purchase an enchantment table. And the enchantment table is, it's the classic Minecraft recipe, so you can actually just buy the ingredients at the bazaar. So that's what we're going to do, because that's probably the cheapest way to go and or easiest. So mining, obsidian, buy instantly 1, 2, 3, 4. And then diamond, buy instantly 1, 2. Then we're going to make books. Now, if anyone remembers, Minecraft recipe for books is 1 leather, 3 paper. I don't know what's going on with leather prices. They're insane right now. Maybe we should go kill cows and make $1 bajillion in about 5 seconds. Anyway, so leather and paper. So in order to get paper, we need this. So, all right. Gonna go to our crafting table. We're gonna remember how to make paper. There we go. Paper. Books. Now we only need 1 book. I'm making extra books because I need bookshelves. So we're actually gonna go ahead and buy some more leather. Let's go ahead and buy, I guess a stack will do. Fortunately, that cost more than I would have expected. And then we're going to buy a couple stacks of sugarcane. Okay, back to the island. So we're going to go back to the island. We are going to make some bookshelves. Now, the reason we need bookshelves is because you need what's called bookshelf power in order to be able to do higher level enchants. Then we're going to make books. We're going to use those books to make bookshelves. You can also buy these bookshelves on the auction house, but it can often be difficult to get them. So there we go. We have a bookshelf, and we need 1 enchantment table. And there's our enchantment table. I believe this should cover us in terms of our bookshelf power. Yeah. So you're going to want to enchant this sword with basically all the things that you could want on it. Lifesteal, solid, looting, definitely looting 3. And just be careful, to try to maximize the XP that you're using. Cleave is okay. Luck for sure. What else we got? Experience, we want experience, we want more experience points. Fire aspect. This will just allow us to do more damage. Giant killer, because everybody is going to have more health than us by a lot. And you'll see we're slowly leveling up our enchanting level, which is great. Scavenger, why not? Basically, this is also to level up your enchantment level. And look, critical damage. Look, we're unlocking new enchants. And that's it. We kind of used up all our grand experience bottles for now. You can actually go ahead and buy more and put more enchantments on this. You can put some enchantments on your armor. The armor doesn't have many enchantments to put on it, just like growth and protection, but I would highly recommend getting those as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that really quick. All right, so we've gone ahead and enchanted our armor with growth 5 and protection 5, which gives us more health and more defense. And that has also allowed us to level up to enchanting level 11. All right, so we've got a pretty much, not maximally enchanted, but as enchanted as we can make it aspect at the end. We've got enchanted armor, and I'm going to show you how much stronger this is. Now, you guys may not remember how bad we were before, but I promise you, we are going to be significantly better with this armor set and with this weapon than we were before. So we should be able to one-shot zombies in the graveyard easily. Yep, we're doing like 800 damage with criticals, 300 without. So we bought a weapon, we bought armor, and we bought enchantment items in order to be able to enchant that. So now what? You might want to buy another pet. Now, which pet specifically? Because there's tons of them. Well, the pet that I would recommend buying is the Griffin pet. Now, if you're doing this during Diana, I believe you can actually just buy it directly. But a plain Griffin will cost you about 35k. And will give you some strength, some intelligence, some crit chance, some crit damage, some magic find. It's basically an all-in-one pet. Now, obviously, it's not the best pet for anything, but it's a pretty good pet for just about everything, and it's super cheap, especially like right now, because there's been like 35 billion Dianas, so you can see you can get one for 25k kind of from the NPC. So if you know, for whatever reason, it hasn't been a Diana for 100 billion years, it's still going to be very, very cheap because people buy these just to resell them. All right, so in conclusion, 4 items you want to get. Number 1, a weapon, the aspect of the end. Number 2, armor, glassite. Number 3, enchantments for both of those things. And number 4, the Griffin pet. Now that you have these items, you are all set to begin the next part of your journey, which is going to be combat. Now, I recommend you start with combat kind of no matter what else you want to do, just because you can get a new armor set and you can get some other stuff that can be very helpful to you, as well as unlocking some early money-making methods. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!